Thanks for joining us for the May Community Connection. I'm Brian Strand. Are you looking for something to do this summer? Registration is now open for the second annual citywide garage sale. The garage sale will be held in July this year. Or perhaps you're curious about disc golf, but are not ready to commit. The Frisbee Recreation Department has a solution for you.
Hi, my name is Olivia Rahn, and I'm a Communications and Engagement Specialist with the City of Frisbee. This year, we're hosting our second annual citywide garage sale on July 22nd and 23rd. The sales will take place between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. each day. Whether you're looking to host a sale and earn some extra cash, or you're looking to shop the sales and find some great bargains, there's something for everyone. Registration to host a sale is now open through July 10th. The registration fee is $10 and includes one garage sale sign and a spot on our citywide garage sale map. You can also purchase 2 additional signs for $5 each. Register online or by calling 763-572-3570. This year, we're also bringing back Trash to Treasure Day. Frisbee residents that want to participate can place any items they no longer want at the end of their driveways and clearly mark them as free. Community members will have the opportunity to pick up these free items throughout the day. Items can be placed at the end of your driveway from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on July 24th. No registration is required. For more information on the citywide garage sale or Trash to Treasure Day, visit our website at fridleymn.gov/citywide garage sale or contact me at olivia.ron@fridleymn.gov.
Have you ever thought about playing disc golf? If you're not too sure about the sport, you can rent these discs to play the sport free of charge at the City of Frisbee. However, we are just requiring a deposit. Then you can bring them all over the Twin City area to great parks like this. This is Riverfront Park in the south end of Frisbee. So check out our website for more details and let's get throwing. Frisbee Golf is based off regular golf. So you tee off at a certain area and you try to get to a certain area, AKA the basket. Come on out and enjoy it.
As parents age, sometimes their children want them to be close, but the parents want to maintain their independence. An accessory dwelling unit may be the answer, but they do come with rules.
Hi, I'm Nancy Apps, Frisbee's Associate Planner, here to tell you about a new ordinance. In April, Frisbee joined a growing number of Twin Cities suburbs who officially allow accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, as one strategy to increase the supply of housing and support aging in place. ADUs are also known as in-law suites, carriage houses, accessory apartments, or guest cottages, among other names. By definition, however, ADUs are small, secondary apartments that accompany a detached single-family home on the same lot. In Frisbee, ADUs can be part of that main home or a detached structure in the backyard. Detached ADUs will require a special use permit with a public hearing and review by the Planning Commission and City Council. ADUs that are attached to the main home do not undergo a public hearing process. Additionally, all properties with an ADU must provide adequate off-street parking for both the main home and the accessory unit. While one of the units can be rented, the property owner has to live on site, either in the ADU or in the main home, and a rental license will be required. While this change to Frisbee zoning ordinance is new, having a second dwelling unit that accompanies a main home is an old form of housing. The city recognizes that some ADUs might have been constructed before Fridley's land use regulations were in place, or they might have been built without official approval. Regardless of the property's history, homeowners with an existing ADU can now apply for a permit to recognize that ADU as a legal component of the property. To receive a permit and become a legal unit, the ADU will need to meet the current code requirements. You can learn more about accessory dwelling units on Fridley's webpage, fridleymn.gov/ADU, or give us a call here at City Hall.
The 49er Days events are back this year. The event will be held June 16th through 18th, and the parade will follow its usual route on Thursday, the 16th, starting at 6:30 p.m. The bulk of the rest of the events will be held at Commons Park on 61st Avenue. Jonah and the Whales and a softball tournament are scheduled, along with many more activities. Volunteers are needed. If you are interested in helping out, email workdrafter@yahoo.com. Events are still being locked in. For more information, look for the 49ers Days Facebook page. This month's Community Development Tour is coming up next.
Today we're out on Main Street, and you probably recognize Fridley Station Village. It's a beautiful complex of 3 buildings, and they're up, they're completely open now, and the results have been good. The 3rd building has over 70% units spoken for, from what we understand, and that's just very, very good statistics. That tells you that there has been a pent-up demand for housing, and this is certainly good news for the developers. We have Altair, which is the market rate complex. We have Aura, which is the senior complex. And just behind me, the newest one to open is Ursa. And Ursa is the one that we're talking about that is just opened with all of that great interest and all of the great occupancy statistics that seem to be showing up. Next week, or next episode, we're going to be taking you inside to show you some of the fascinating things about that new building. Well, in previous episodes, we visited this site, and we've done it a number of times. As you can see, we're about as close as we're going to get to it being open. We even have a car going through the drive-through right now testing their equipment. So in the very, very near future, you're going to be able to stop and bank at Bank of America. As you know, this is the former site of the Embers in Fridley, and it's been quite a transition as it's moved its way away from a restaurant and into the banking industry. The keys will be handed over to the bank very, very shortly from the contractors. Signs are up now. As you can see, the bollards are being put up in front of the building for protection, and soon you'll be inside to experience what the Bank of America's building is all about. On April 11th, the City Council approved in its second and final reading form an ordinance that allows a 40-foot lot as a standard lot, provided that it was platted prior to 1955. The house behind me is a great example of a home in Fridley that was built on a 40-foot lot. Prior to this ordinance, that would have been considered pre-existing and non-conforming. By the adoption of this ordinance, not only is it conforming, but it can expand, and it has a set of setbacks that allow it now to have some setback reduction and to allow an owner, if they would prefer to do so, to add on to a small home like this on a 40-foot lot. We think it was a step forward in terms of allowing people to continue to invest and live in their home. We also think it was a great step forward for an affordable opportunity for folks to live in a home and have a great address in the city of Fridley. Plaza West is what it's called. The area where I'm standing is actually the apex of the grooming, the new elevated area that will be surrounded by landscape. It's meant to be a plaza and a place to sit and enjoy the company of others, and or just to rest while you're traveling through the Civic campus on your journey on bike or on foot. And it's going to be a nice amenity that's meant to enhance your overall Civic campus experience here. The city has budgeted and will be installing landscape this year. There will be fruit trees, there will be a number of other types of trees on the site, and there will be hard surfaces that will be installed. As budget allows, there will be some additional enhancements to this site as well. Benches, there will eventually be a concession trailer on this site seasonally for people's enjoyment and the potential for some concessions, some snacks. And there will even be a perennial garden and waterfall area out near the roundabout. Again, many of these items will happen as money is available, but look for a lot of landscaping to come to this site this year and some improvements to the surface that I'm standing on and the pathways that run through the site. It's going to be a great year.
May is Arbor Month in Minnesota. To celebrate, you might want to plant a tree or care for one of your existing trees.
Hi, I'm Rachel Workin, Fridley's environmental planner. The city's Energy Action Plan provides a roadmap with how to reduce our overall community energy use, as well as strategies for how the city itself can reduce its energy consumption and support renewable energy. We've shared updates on programs like WindSource, electric vehicles, and the Home Energy Squad. Today I'm here to talk about what the city is doing to help reduce our energy consumption outdoors. One example are these solar lights installed at the new Civic Campus playground. They use the energy of the sun to charge a mounted battery, which turns on the lights as it gets darker, even during the winter months. In addition to not using electricity from the grid, these solar lights have an added bonus of being less expensive to install than traditional outdoor lights, since we didn't have to run any electrical conduit to connect them to power. Many smaller versions of solar lights are available for residential outdoor landscaping projects. The City of Fridley's Parks Operation Department also received an MPCA Volkswagen settlement grant to swap traditional two-cylinder gasoline-powered weed whips and chainsaws for electric-powered equipment. In addition to being quieter, lighter, and emitting less fumes, electric lawn equipment releases fewer pollutants into the atmosphere than gasoline-powered equipment. Gasoline-powered lawn and garden equipment is responsible for a major portion of the United States non-road gasoline emissions and result in a high level of volatile organic compounds, particulate matter, and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Based on recent advances in battery technology, battery-powered lawn equipment can keep up with gasoline-powered lawn equipment, both in terms of duration and power. If you're buying new lawn equipment this year, consider going electric for ease of use, less noise pollution, and to reduce our energy footprint. Learn more about Fridley's energy initiatives at fridleymn.gov/energy.
Emerald ash borer, also known as EAB, is an aggressive invasive insect pest that quickly spreads and kills green ash trees. Several infestations have been found in Fridley since it was first confirmed in 2019, including a widespread infestation in the Innsbrook neighborhood in early 2021. Once a tree is infested, it can quickly become hazardous and pose a safety risk to surrounding people and property. Due to this risk, the city requires the removal of EAB-infested ash trees found on private property. If you have an ash tree in your yard, make a plan now to remove and replace it or chemically protect the tree against EAB. All green ash trees are susceptible to EAB infestation. Once an ash tree shows signs of infestation, it has a very low chance of survival. Here are the steps for how to deal with EAB. Step 1. Identify if you have a green ash tree. Ash trees are one of the most common trees in Fridley. It was a widely planted species after the tornado and the proliferation of Dutch elm disease, since the tree grows quickly and provides excellent shade.
Look for these key attributes of a green ash tree. 1 are compound leaves with 5 to 9 leaflets. 2 is that the leaflet, buds, and branches are growing directly opposite from each other instead of in an alternating pattern. And the third characteristic is diamond-shaped bark or ridges on mature trees. Step 2, decide to remove and replace your ash tree or treat it. Ash trees can be treated using a chemical compound as long as the EAB infestation isn't too extensive. If you wait to start treatment of your ash tree until it is showing symptoms of EAB, it will likely be too late because the damage caused by the borers is unrepairable. Residents interested in protecting their tree with chemical treatment should contact a licensed arborist to chemically inject the tree. Non-injected forms of chemical treatment are less effective and pose a greater risk to pollinators and water quality. As part of the contract with the city to treat high-quality ash trees, Rainbow Tree Care is offering a bulk rate price discount for chemical injections to Fridley residents at a rate of $5.80 to $5.85 per inch of tree diameter. Trees should be considered for treatment are those that are greater than 10 inches in diameter, not competing with other trees or infrastructure, and showing no more than 30% of canopy decline if infestation is suspected. Due to the low cost of EAB treatment, it is likely more cost-effective to treat the tree than cut it down. Ash tree removal is expensive and becomes more costly following EAB infestation due to the safety risks of removing a hazardous tree. If you remove an ash tree, you are encouraged to replace it with another tree species in order to preserve the benefits of Fridley's urban forests. Step 3. Be on the lookout for EAB infestations. One of the most noticeable symptoms of EAB is increased bird activity, particularly woodpeckers and nuthatches looking to eat the adult borers. As the birds search for the insects, they strip away the bark, which exposes the lighter bark in a process called ash blotting. If you peel back the tree's bark even farther, you may find serpentine grooves of the borer's path or D-shaped exit holes where an adult borer flew away. Another symptom of advanced EAB infestation is a sparse canopy due to leaf dieback. If you see a public ash tree that you suspect has already become hazardous due to EAB, please call 763-572-3566. Learn more about EAB at fridleymn.gov/emeraldash.
The Adopted Park program is back again this year. Your group or family can give back by helping to keep a Fridley Park clean. Sign up is now open.
Have you heard about the City of Fridley's Adopt a Park program? The program welcomes all community members to adopt one of Fridley's 38 parks. This volunteer opportunity is open to residents, neighborhoods, schools, community organizations, and businesses. Volunteers will work to keep Fridley's parks clean by picking up a litter, removing weeds, maintaining the areas around park signs, and reporting vandalism and safety hazards to city staff. The Fridley Adopt a Park program is a great opportunity to give back to the community for anyone who cares about keeping our city parks clean and beautiful while supporting our city's parks maintenance crew.
We have 6 full-time employees and approximately 15 to 20 seasonal employees. We spend a lot of time in our parks with just cleanup. The Adopt a Park program will help us to free up our time to do larger projects of rebuilding and reconstruction within the park system.
Adopt a Park volunteers will receive a short training and an overview of responsibilities for their park prior to their first cleanup. Volunteers conduct their cleanup duties on their own schedule, but must participate in at least 4 cleanups per year at their adopted park. At least 1 member per group must be 18 years of age and be present at all cleanups. Participants do not have to be Fridley residents. Volunteers will be recognized for their contribution to the city with a commemorative sign in their park. This sign will be on display for the duration of their participation in the program. There are over 30 city parks available for adoption. You can see which parks are open for adoption through our interactive Adopt a Park map. There are a limited amount of volunteer opportunities for each city park, so sign up today. To learn more about the program or to apply, you can visit our website at fridleymn.gov/adopt-a-park or call Fridley Recreation at 763-572-3570. Help us make our Fridley parks and our community a more beautiful place to live.
The avian flu, or the bird flu as it's commonly called, is back this year. Wild birds and raptors are dying in record numbers. To help prevent the spread of the disease, residents are asked to not fill their bird feeders. That's it for this month's Community Connection. Be sure to subscribe to email updates and follow the City of Fridley on Facebook, Nextdoor, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I'm Brian Strand, and thank you for watching Fridley Municipal Television. This has been a production of Fridley Municipal Television. Thanks for watching.